what were your thoughts on Stern going after Mancow's dad and basically coming on to the guy from Philly's ex-wife on his show? He was an evil F. The hell you and Ant gave him back then was well deserved. W a man. Look, I was not an innocent shock jock, that's for sure. We can discuss that at a later date. So I want to acknowledge that part of this. I was not a innocent shock jock. But, Stern deserves everything that is thrown at him. Everything that is thrown at him. A narcissist that had to fill that ego every single day when he turned on those microphones. And I'll tell you why he's a piece of garbage, W man. He went after Weeze's mentally challenged daughter up there in Rochester. Weeze was always respectful towards Stern. Brother Weeze always did his own thing. I look at Brother Weeze as my mentor way before I would Howard Stern. And because he needed his ego filled, he's going into a small market, Rochester, and he goes, "What's the dirt on the big guy?" That was his MO. And he found out that Weeze had a mentally challenged daughter who's absolutely, she is absolutely awesome. She's hilarious. She's got an amazing personality, and she just brings sunshine wherever she goes. But that is the truth. That's why Stern's a piece of garbage, because you know what? Wee's great radio host, still doing it, still having fun. He doesn't have to do radio anymore, but he's another guy that just loves the game, loves doing it. And Howard needed his little ego filled in this little market called Rochester, New York, that he went after Weeze's daughter. When Weeze never had a bad word to say about Stern. So he's garbage for that. But to be fair, the good, the bad, the ugly. I like that theme on these live streams and on my podcast. To Stern's credit, he definitely, I know for a fact because Weeze told me the whole conversation. Howard Stern reached out to Weeze and apologized. So, you gotta, you know what? This is going to confuse some people. It's going to confuse you. Cheers to Howard Stern for being man enough many years later to, call up Brother Weeze and apologize for that. Cheers. I get that. I've apologized to people for stuff I did while doing my radio show. And went after Mancow's dad. The fact is, Howard Stern never beat Brother Weeze in Rochester. And the fact is, he never beat Mancow in Chicago. And there you go. And you know what? I know Howard just gets so frustrated by me because for years and years, I never let it go. And I've told this. I saw what Howard did to Brother Weeze. Because even Anthony was like, and I'm like, nah, man, this is personal. I'm sorry. I saw what Howard did to Brother Weeze with the daughter thing. And Brother Weeze is everything to me. He's like a father figure. He's like a best friend. He's like a brother. And a mentor. He fills so many boxes in my life, right? And I remember how much that hurt Brother Weeze because like Weeze he's a good soul, and he never said anything bad about Howard. And I remember how much that hurt. And I remember I was just a nobody when all that went down, a literal nobody. And I remember saying to myself, man, if I ever get the chance, and boy, did I get the chance. So I can honestly say that all that started, and then there were other dumb things that Howard did to me personally, and then Opie and Anthony in general. But that was the seed. If Howard ever wants to know what was the seed that started the whole thing, that was it. I was just getting started in radio. I was a nobody. The guy I really looked up to was hurting because Howard was taking cheap shots at his daughter when Weeze had nothing bad to say about Howard at all. Probably even praised him if you want to know the God's honest truth. That was the seed that was planted. I go, if I ever get a chance, and I got my chance,